Hi
Alright.
guys, welcome back to another one of these videos with my friend this time.
Hello. I'm alive, surprisingly.
Yeah, he is alive, guys.
Yes.
This one's about my future stuff. So
Yes.
yeah, he thought of questions
I
about my
do have a
stuff.
few I do have a few for each thing. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna answer them and maybe talk more about them.
Yeah.
Because it's cool and I like my stuff and it's fun.
Yes. And some of the questions I might already know the answer to, and I'm purely saying them just for the viewers.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, what should I call this virus? Because I'm playing Plague.
Hmm.
Um,
Should we do something real cool or bullshit?
I don't know.
What? You know what? We'll roll a die. I have a die right next to me.
How about I call
One,
it
two, three.
Chimera
You know what? You know what? Yeah, for the memes.
for the memes?
For the memes.
Yo, on my hive, I was just playing, man.
On my hive, I was just playing, man.
There's Saudi Arabia. There's Saudi Arabia. Okay.
Yes. Also, for the viewers who are wondering, I myself am playing Die of Death, simply because I'm not recording and I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was wondering, but sure.
Hey, you never know, man. People might be thinking
Yeah,
that.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay.
Why is there a bottle of health on my screen? Anyways,
Anyways, what you got up first?
well, first we gotta. What are we talking about first? Talking about games, your movie,
You
your
can you can
animations.
decide whatever you want first. You get to decide.
Okay. I'll start off with your movie then.
Okay. Well then.
So this question is purely for the viewers. Plans on adding your friends.
Any plans
Me
on adding my
and
friends?
yeah, like me, Daniel, MJ, like adding us to the story somehow, whether that be through a character or literally us, but a furry version.
Um, Maybe. I do plan on having my friends voice some of the characters,
Hi.
and yeah, I have plans to add, like, have plans to have my friends voice some of the characters, and myself voicing some of the characters, and I also have plans to like, add like my friends' cats because it is a cat movie. He mentioned furries. It is a movie about cats.
Yes. There'll be other characters who aren't cats, but they're mostly cats.
Well, they're probably all gonna be cats.
Oh, damn, we're being racist to other furries then.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
but yeah, um, I do have plans to add like my friends' cats, and there might be like cameos of like my friends' stuff, sort of like a group chat that I have with my friends might make an appearance in the movie as like a little cameo, but there won't really be that many plans outside of that to add my friends to the movie. Which,
All right.
outside of like voicing and like the group chat cameo, not really.
All right. Do you have yet again another one for the viewers here? Any plans to add references to your favorite forms of media? Like, for like, as in references, I don't mean like small references. I mean like, because obviously you will, but I mean like bigger references that somewhat affect the story or like are part of a main plot point.
Um, so by other forms of media, you mean like other stuff that I really like other games and stuff, I
Yeah,
assume.
other games, shows, characters.
Um, and like it's like a bigger role that affects like the plot more.
Yeah, for example, like a main character or so being referenced or referencing or being based off another character. For example, like oh, Okay, well, I did. Anyways, like for example, a main character being based off of like I don't know the fucking medic from TF2, like having a similar voice or just their design wise being based on a said character. Like,
Yes.
okay,
So I do plan on having references to like other like media and stuff that I really like because I like it and I want to include it. uh the there will be like a lot of like smaller references, like maybe a billboard in the background references uh like a certain video game that I just really liked, or a certain like iconic character that I thought should be in the movie or something like that. But there will also be some slight like references to like other stuff that I like that will be sort of a part of the story. For starters, there will probably be like more involved references of other stuff that I'm making. Um and then there's also going to be characters that are like important to the story as like main characters that also like reference another characters that like exists in like another piece of media or like piece of fictional work. The best example I can give to this is that one of the main characters is meant to be a reference to May from Night in the Woods.
yeah, I was gonna ask that.
And there's also like some characters that have like uh they're like inspired by another character. So maybe it's not like a full reference, but they have like something that is like inspired by another like
Mhm.
work of fiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the best example I can give for this is that one of the characters is inspired by Virgil from Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah.
Right, next question then.
Mm-hmm.
Main story wise, have you planned everything out? Like, you know exactly where the story is going, you have most of the key details, you have the main plot points. Like, do you just have most of it figured out?
I wouldn't say most of it, but I do have um I do have a lot of stuff figured out, I want to say. Mostly with like characters and like a general grasp of how I want the story to go and everything. And sort of like what sort of like events, like some of the more like major events of the story.
Mhm.
Like I have a lot of that figured out, and I am currently working on figuring out the rest
Okay.
right now.
How many questions was I was three, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of everything. All right, next question. Store like partly story wise, but mainly character. It's mainly character wise. I don't know what I'm saying. Do you have most of the character designs like ready? Do you have like not drawn, but have the idea of what these characters are supposed to look like fully realized?
Um, that's kind of hard to say because like for me, I have like an idea of like how I want the character to be designed, but I don't really formulate like how exactly they look until I design them. So I do have general ideas of what the character designs are going to be like for each of the more important characters, because a little bonus fact about my movie is that all the characters are going to be like they're going to have like fur patterns and designs that are based on real cat breeds. And
Mhm.
so for like all of the main like important characters, I do have all of their like fur patterns, like what breeds their fur patterns are based on. Like I have that figured out, and I also have a general idea of like what outfit they would be wearing and stuff like that. But other than that, I do not have all the characters fully designed yet.
Okay.
I just have an idea of like what direction I would want to go in for each of them.
All right, for the next question, music wise, I know that you want your fight scenes to be choreographed via the music. Um, do you already have all of the music that you plan to use for these fights? Like, do you already have them all set up? Like, you already have them all?
As in like already have them like all like what's I've like decided on the songs that I'm gonna use.
Yeah, like a playlist of all the songs that you want to use.
Yes, I do. I have all of those songs that I want to use for the big fights. Those are all like decided, and I've locked in on each one of them, and like which fight it's going to be for, and then there's a few other songs that are for like some other scenes, and but like the thing that like the music that I've locked in right now, like for sure is gonna be in it, is all the music that I've chosen for each of the major fights of the movie.
Okay. This question is more for me rather than like anyone else. So, if we do go with the plan of this is kind of a little bit spoilers for said movie. The convention,
Yes.
the fight at the convention, we had mentioned the possibility of having a background fight between me and another cosplayer. Would it be possible for me to choose that song for the inevitable full fight that will be done?
Yes. If we make a full fight of that, you will be allowed to choose what specific song. Well,
Oh.
we'll probably what I'll probably do is I'll let you choose because as we said before, the fights are heavily tied to the music. So what I'll probably do is I'll let you, like while we're making the fight, when we get to the part where we make the background fight, I'll probably let you pick a song so that we can sync the background fight up to the music in the movie so that it doesn't look weird. So that way, when we make the full fight like on its own, it's it like doesn't like look at all different compared to like how it looks in the movie. At least for like for the part that shows up in the movie, and then the rest can just be whatever.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, lovely.
So yeah, you will be able to pick the song for sure.
Okay. That is all my questions for now for the movie. Now, time to move on to a personal favorite project that you will be doing.
Hmm.
A fighting game that I'm also a part of.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes. So I know we figured out a title for the game. I know we figured out a title, but I've completely forgotten it. Which is why I asked the question if I could propose a new title.
Yes.
Don't have anything exactly, but having the word forgotten in it.
Forgotten.
Because in the base story that we kind of have set up, kind of barely, it's definitely getting changed. But also here in reality, we kind of just forget about it a lot.
Yeah.
So I think the idea of having the song, what the fuck, the game having the word. Sorry, let the viewers know we are both severely tired.
Yeah.
Having the word forgotten in said title, I feel like it could work story wise and realistically. So it's Pro's idea. Anyways, fighters. I know you said you had to cut back on some of the characters that you wanted in the game. Like you had to get rid of some.
Yeah.
What characters did you have to get rid of? There's one I'm hoping you really didn't get rid of, but I won't say. What characters did you get rid of?
Well, first of all, I lost my plaguing crown. God damn it.
Oh, lovely.
But I got rid of
And, oh,
five. I got rid of five
uh,
characters in total.
okay.
Um, there was one character that I got rid of for personal reasons, so I won't go into that too much.
Okay.
And then the rest, um, there were two characters that um, the context of these two characters was that me and my friend we were messing around, and we were just like drawing stuff in one of our classes, and we ended up drawing these two characters that we thought it was really funny, and so I decided to put them into the fighting game. Like I decided, like I thought I was gonna put them into the game, but upon looking back at it, I saw that they really didn't add a whole lot to the game, so I just decided to remove them. And then there was a third character who another one of my friends thought of that, again, unfortunately, I just decided against adding it to the game because after looking back on it, I just thought it wouldn't add anything to the game again. So I apologize for that if he's watching. It's 3, 4, and then the fifth character. The fifth character is probably the one that you really didn't want me to remove. Because this fifth character, I don't know what, you were the one who told me to add this. It was a bag of chips. A playable bag of chips.
That's one of the ones I was hoping you didn't remove.
Yeah. I just looked back and I thought, what the hell were we thinking? Why did I think this was a good idea? Like, it's a bag of chips? Like, dude. What's a bag of chips doing in a fighting game? And so I just thought to remove it.
So that leaves me with the question: was the character that your friend made the cheese wheel that got removed?
No, the cheese is still a playable character.
Oh, thank God! Oh, that was the other character I was desperately hoping you didn't get rid of.
That is a friend's. It feels like awkward saying this, but it is like supposed to be like a friend Sona type of character. Like that's supposed to be a character specifically made for him, rather than like just a character that he suggested should be in the game. You know what I mean? And so that gets to stay.
Nice.
But the cheese just had to go. I'm sorry. But yeah.
All right. Next question for the fighting game. Do you have any further ideas on how you think the story should go?
Not yet. I'm currently working on a lot of other concepts. The most important being character movesets. Like I'm trying to think of like a lot of stuff, like what price the game will be and stuff like that. Along with like other stuff, like what other features are going to be in the game. And like the main big thing right now is character movesets, really, because I feel like I'm at a good point where I could start working on character movesets. And also maybe like designing some characters, because some characters that don't have a design yet. But I have not started working on the story yet.
Okay. Speaking of movesets,
Yes.
how many movesets have you fully realized, fully completed, like thought of?
Well, I mean, it could technically be counted as 2, but it's more like 1 and 2 halves, which I know it doesn't make sense, but just listen, because I have one character's moveset like fully finished, and I think it's it's now perfect the way I wanted it. I went through a couple revisions on some of the moves, overhauled a bunch of stuff, and now I think it's like the way that I think it should be. It's like right where I want it to be at. So this one's completely finished. It's not like conceptualized, like I haven't done all the concepts for it, but it is like fully like I know what I want to do with it. And then there's 2 other characters that I started working on, and they're both not done. They have a lot of their a good chunk of their moves conceptualized, but I haven't finished the rest of their moves because I've been meaning to. They're like friend characters, like the friend Sona thing. Like that's these two characters are that type of thing, and I wanted to like discuss the movesets further with the friends that these characters are for.
Okay. Speaking of characters, you said that. Wait, shit, I'm blanking. Sorry. Um, you said that you had one fully fleshed out,
Yes.
that you had fully realized that you thought was perfect. Do you have, by any chance, have the will and the chutzpah to let us know who it is? I don't know why I said it like that.
Well, thing is, if I do this, I spoil the game a little bit. But you know what? I think it's fine. Because this character was the easiest one to do, which is why I finished this one first, and it's because it's my character.
Yay!
So I finished my own character first because I already knew how I wanted him to play. I already knew, like, I already had a general idea of what his moveset could be like going into it, and yeah, I had like I just already knew like what vision I wanted to go for this moveset.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now for your next question, do we have any ideas for skins?
Kind of. So I have thought about this, and my idea is to essentially have like a shop, like if you ever played like Mortal Kombat or something, there's like a shop where you can like buy cosmetics for your characters. And my plan is to have a similar shop tab on the main menu with two types of cosmetics, because in fighting games normally there's like the regular like default palette for each character, and then there's the alternate color that they have whenever you're using like same character versus same character. And sometimes, like in the case of Smash Bros, or even like
Rivals?
Rivals of Aether, or even like other traditional fighting games that like I just can't think of an example off the top of my head. But sometimes in those games, the characters have like multiple different like alternate colors or costumes that you can switch between. So for my game, it's gonna be like a mix of Rivals of Aether 2 and Mortal Kombat 1, where basically there's a shop, and in that shop there's gonna be two types of sort of two tiers of cosmetics. There's going to be the standard cosmetics, which is basically just buying a color. And how buying a color will work is that once you buy that color, it's basically unlocked, and you can basically like color a character's like separate parts with that color. You know what I mean? You can like color all their different props and also just like the different parts on them with that color. And yeah, once you buy a color, you only need to buy like each color once is the idea. So like once you get them all, you can like mix and match however you want. And so that sort of keeps a little more customization in there, I think. But then the second tier is going to be the quote unquote premium cosmetics. I say premium because these are different than the colors in the sense that they are like full on skins rather than just colors. So the idea is that you can buy like the idea is that if you want like just a color, you go to the regular shop, but if you want like a full like new costume for your character, you go to the premium shop. And before you say anything, no, there will be no microtransactions.
Yeah.
If you want to like buy like the cosmetics, you just earn the currency by playing the game. That's it. But as for the cosmetics, like the skins themselves, I have sort of thought of that. There's really
Okay.
only one that I had in mind, and it was because I had the idea from a stage that I thought of.
All right. Well, this next one is less of a question, more of a proposal.
Yes.
So as we've talked about before in the past, between you and me, not on video,
Mm-hmm.
we plan to have achievements, which I wouldn't consider that a spoiler, so that's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it would be a good idea to have some of these skins achievement locked. For example, if you don't want me saying this next part, you can just cut out the video.
Yeah.
For example, for completing the story mode with a certain character, you'd get a skin that looks closer to a real life version of them. So for example, let's say you complete the story mode as you get a skin that looks like how you look in real life. Obviously not 1-to-1, so you don't get fucking doxxed. But similar to you in like a persona.
Well, yes, I have kind of thought of this, and I thought of like two ideas where either you unlock like, because my idea is that like each character had like a special costume, and so it was supposed to be like unlocked for doing something, and that something would be like either beating the story mode, like finishing the story mode with like a certain character, like you make it to the end of the story mode and then you choose a certain character for the ending fight, and then you win the fight as that character that you chose, and then you unlock a secret like skin for them after winning. Or my second idea was that it's kind of inspired by Floyd in Mortal Kombat 1, where it's like a secret fight where essentially if you just play the game, there's a low chance that if you like play offline matches, there's a low chance that you can like sort of encounter like a secret fight that's meant to be like a super difficult fight, and if you beat it you unlock a special costume that's like it's like the same costume but like just for each of the different characters, and it would be like a super cool looking one, and so each character would have like their own unique spin on this costume and or like the skin, and so once you beat that secret fight you unlock the skin basically.
All right, may I propose an even better idea?
Yes.
Not only do you get that, you also unlock the character. Because I feel like it's a similar position to Reptile from Mortal Kombat 1. I feel like it's a very similar situation, and I feel like having such a difficult fight and having it so secretive to only unlock skins could feel underwhelming to some players. So I feel like and also just that character never being able to be played, I feel like it's a good idea to be able to unlock that character via that secret fight.
Well, yeah, like if it does end up being like a full character, then I would do that for sure. But the idea I had was that it would essentially be like if you're playing against the CPU, then it would only like encounter if you like end up winning a match, and there would be like a small chance that you encounter it. Or if you're playing against a person locally, then whoever wins, it's like a new challenger in Smash Bros. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, the secret fight would basically mimic the character of whoever's playing against them, and so then you would get the skin basically for beating it. But it would just be basically be like a Ditto match against a really hard CPU.
Okay. I feel like I know where I can go with this. I feel like I can flesh out this character.
Yeah, but like if it is like it does end up being like a full character, then you would absolutely be able to unlock the character and play it. But
Because
it probably wouldn't be allowed in online because RNG. I wanna make it so that everyone can like play like as much of the game like as possible. Like from the start, they don't need to unlock like a whole lot to be able to play like online or whatever.
Oh yeah. I feel like only like 1 to 2 characters should be unlockable,
Yeah.
or like at most 3. Um, but to continue the idea of this character, just as a quick little idea, as you said, the character would like mimic the other character. So if you unlock the character and you were able to play him online, it would mimic the move set of the person you're playing against. Like you have the same move set, just slightly different.
Interesting.
Like you basically play their character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's all I really have for that. Next actual question though, music. Now, yes, I am taking care of like a good chunk of the music, and like I'm doing most of the concept art, concept music and stuff.
Yeah.
So we originally had plans to do something similar to Forsaken and other ASIM type games, where there would be special LMSs for certain pairs of characters.
Yeah.
Instead of
Certain
LMS,
matchups
it'd
would
be
get their own song for
yeah.
like certain like events and stuff happening in the match.
I feel like oh, this guy is stupid. Anyways, I feel like thinking about it now, it wouldn't work as well as I would think it would, because a lot of the time you're not focusing on the music in the fighting game. So I feel like while yes, keep the music, it shouldn't be the main focal point as much as the LMS song would be in Forsaken. I I feel like it should still be really fucking good, but I don't feel like it should be the main focal point. Now another question related to this. How many I'll simply call them LSs for last stock,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's an idea we could roll with. Do you think there's going to be a lot of different combinations that get an LS, or only a few combinations? Like, for example, me versus you will get an LS, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but like, will you get an LS with with another character who's more of like a joke character? Like, do you feel that there's going to be like a limit in certain? I don't remember what the word is called. Conditions. There you go. Conditions to have these LSs, or will all characters have an LS with some other with another character?
Well, I don't think all characters need an LS for like everyone. Like it's not necessary to have like an LS for every single matchup, because the thing about them is that I want it to be like a secret. I want it to like feel like kind of achievement to like make it to like LS and be like, oh, the music's different. They changed the music because of the matchup. Like I want it to sort of feel like you accomplished something a bit, like a little Easter egg. And so if like every matchup has one, then that would just kind of be boring.
Yeah, I was very much hoping you had this answer.
Yeah, no, not every matchup will have an LS. They're
Yeah, thank God, that makes my job easier.
yeah. But I would at the very least like to consider like some more adaptive music, because to give an example, like Street Fighter, a lot of the songs in Street Fighter have they have like a couple of different like well, not like a couple, but like some like variation to them, where if both characters are on like pretty high health, then you'll hear the normal version of the song that plays on the stage. But then if a character is on like lower health, then the music will get more intense. And so that's an idea that I thought of, like we could maybe do for My fighting game where it's similar to like some adaptive music and that's featured in Smash Bros. Like where once both players reach last stock, it'll still like be the regular stage music. It'll just get a little more intense, you know.
Okay.
And that could be like for like every stage basically.
Okay. Um, One more question about Le Fighting Game.
Yes.
Do you have the full roster planned out?
So that's a tough question to answer because down the line, right now I want to say yes because like I feel like the roster is at a good spot right now already. Which, just in case like the viewers don't know, or in case like you don't know or need a reminder, there are 10 characters in total, which I think is perfectly fine because first of all, this is not supposed to be like a big fighting game like Smash Bros. And second of all, I'm trying to focus on the quality of the characters over the quantity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Smash Bros.
there's 10 characters in total so far, and I like this for two reasons. Because one, it means I can focus more on making like the characters that we do have like really good, really unique, and also really fun to play, and give them like good movesets and stuff like that. And two is that it leaves the roster like more open. There's more space to add more characters if we like think of new ideas down the line. So right now I want to say that yes, the roster is finished, but it's not necessarily finalized because maybe during development or maybe like after the game released, I might think of a new idea for a character and think it might be good for the game, and I might put them in the game. But there will be no paid DLC characters. Every character will be unlocked for everybody, regardless of when they get added.
All right.
Unless it's like a secret character, but that's... But yeah, you get it.
Right. Now, other theories.
Yes.
Actually, quick check. How long is the runtime? Because we spent a lot of time on the game.
38 minutes.
Okay, not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm like not really sorry. Really and stupidly dumb player. And really fucking good player because somehow he's stunning me in the middle of. Okay, slightly off topic. You know how Cool Kid has walk speed override,
Yeah.
where he goes super fast in one direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that move, and 2 times this chance shot me in the middle of the move while I was
Base.
at high speeds. Don't know how. Anyways, back to the thing at hand. I'm also a killer, by the way, which is why I'm kind of not really doing well with thinking.
That's fair.
But what other series do you got that I could ask a question about?
Well, I do have other games that I am thinking about making too, besides just a fighting game.
I forgot.
Yeah. I'm not just doing a fighting game, guys.
I low key forgot.
So I could like check what else I'm doing to see if there's anything you would like to ask about.
Yes, please.
Okay, let me just double check real quick because there's a lot and it's kind of hard for me to remember. There's some song ideas that I have too. And then We have the that 3D action game.
Ah,
The
yes, that game.
yeah, the 2D platformer. Uh, rip off Cat Quest. My RPG and horror game.
Let's do that funny little action, the 3D platformer.
3D action game. All right.
So if I remember correctly, that is the one that's like cartoon-like, right?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm texting someone real quick.
So basically, for the viewers at home, if you need an example of what I want this game to be like, um, imagine Transformers Devastation, but with some differences to the gameplay. But we're probably gonna get to that in a second. But imagine Transformers Devastation, but with a rubber hose style instead of Transformers. And that's basically my game.
Right. So, have you thought have you fully thought of like the story, like what you want the story to be about? And if so, are you willing to tell us, the viewers, what it's about?
Relatively, you actually helped me out a lot on this. So
Yes.
it's about
Yes, this mostly goes for the viewers.
yeah, it's about little cartoon character who I haven't quite figured out yet. Like I haven't quite figured out like a lot of the characters and stuff yet, but it's about a cartoon character who his show gets canceled, and so the different sections of the game are him going through like different episodes of his show trying to figure out why it got canceled basically. And the journey leads him to finding himself.
So similar to what the fuck was the game called?
Showdown
Like,
Bandit.
yeah, Showdown Bandit. There you go. Close to my goat, Showdown Bandit. I see. I say as if I already didn't know this.
Yeah.
So now, do you have the stages slash quote unquote episodes figured out?
Yes, I do actually.
My favorite one's the last one.
Yeah, because you helped think of that one. Would you like me to talk about them? Because I absolutely could.
Yes.
All right. Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Looking back at it real quick. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Let me look through the stages. So, this game, again, it's kind of like Transformers Devastation, where it's separated into like chapters, but instead of chapters, they're like episodes because it's like episodes of the show. So, the first episode is the tutorial, and it's basically meant to be like you play the. It's a little bit like the tutorial in Cuphead, but a little more stylistic, where you play the tutorial on like a projector screen, and that sort of shows you how to play the game before the character then pops out of the projector and comes to life, basically. And then you can play the game. And then we have the second episode, which is the medieval episode, where you basically explore like a medieval setting. There's like castles and stuff. You fight through a bunch of knights, and then you make it to like the king, and you have to fight him, and he's like the boss of the level. Because basically each episode is going to be like the level, and then there's going to be like a boss at the end.
Okay. Quickly, if I mean to intervene. So I actually have an idea for the first level slash tutorial. Actually,
Yes.
hold on. What if the beginning of the tutorial was the pilot episode?
Yeah.
Not only that, this was before it takes place before the show even aired. So this was quite literally the creators pitching the idea, showing what the character would do in the story. And then once you beat the tutorial and the character pops out, you turn to look at what was once a lively office to be completely abandoned, and that's where the game fully starts.
Yeah, that actually sounds kind of cool. But yeah.
I can realize this more later when on off of this video.
Yeah.
Anyways, level 2, or technically
Level
level
3.
3. Yeah.
Episode 3 is going to be in a Japanese inspired one. It's a very like just general fantasy game, taking inspiration from all cool like fantasy stuff. So this one is like inspired by like Japanese stuff, dojos and stuff, and the boss would be like a little samurai guy. And then level 4, episode 4 would be a pirate themed level where you'd be like on an island fighting pirates, and it would end with you would go onto their ship and fight the captain as the boss. Level 5 is a horror themed episode where you would fight like various like horror monsters like zombies and ghosts and skeletons, stuff like that, and it would end with the boss would be a zombie vampire that you gotta fight. And then the 6th level.
Wait, hold on real quick.
Yes.
I have an idea for the horror level.
Mm-hmm.
What if there was a secret room? Like everything in the level so far is like cartoonishly horror, right?
Yeah.
What if in the secret room there was a literal corpse, but you can just barely see it, like a decomposing corpse of a former coworker or a former worker, but you can just barely see it.
That'd actually be really funny.
Like, damn, this bitch was really left to rot here. Holy fuck.
That'd actually be kind of fun. Yeah, I think we could do that. Yeah. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Yet again, I can fully realize it later.
Yeah. Especially when we actually, make the level.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyways, I think this is the 6th one.
Yes.
Episode 6 is going to be, it's like this episode is based on a play. It's my personal favorite because this episode is based on a play, so the entire level takes place like on a stage, right? And like the boss of this level is the star performer, like the main like performer, the main actor, you know what I mean? So for this level, because the music would take like some more inspiration from other action games like Transformers Devastation or like Metal Gear Rising. And one of the ideas I had was like from Metal Gear Rising where like each boss would have like a second phase, and during that second phase either the music gets more intense or there's like lyrics added or something. And so the idea I had for this level 6, for the boss of this level, is that during his second phase lyrics get added and he actually performs the lyrics himself instead of just a regular singer. And I thought that was really funny because like he's a performer, so he should do the lyrics himself while fighting. And I thought that was just such a good and hilarious idea.
That is very cool, actually.
And then level 7, the finale, is it's the last level where it takes place back in the office, like at the start of the game. And now you're basically fighting through like a bunch of like reject characters for the show that never made it, and rejects of like the main character, before you eventually come across a version of the main character that's like unfinished because he's from an unfinished episode, and you basically fight in that episode. And you fight him, and there's all kinds of cool stuff about it.
Yeah, it's it's my idea.
Yes, he helped me out a lot with that one.
Yeah, I feel like an idea where the final level is facing the reality that no matter what you do, your show will always remain unfinished. I just feel like that's kind of fucking fire. Like,
yeah.
Next question. How do you plan to handle the lore of the game? Like, how do you want to present the lore of the game?
Well, the thing with lore is that I don't want to make it like too complicated. Like I want this game to just be like a complete like package. Like you can play it, understand everything you need to know, and you just play it and enjoy it because like games with complicated lore and stuff, like it can be fun to sort of like figure that out, piece together everything, especially if you like puzzles. But I just feel like first of all, it's kind of getting old a bit now, and I also just don't really want to do that because that's not my style. I don't want to make it like a too much of a pain to be able to like enjoy these games and understand them. So it's not gonna be like there's not gonna be like insane like levels of lore. It's just gonna be like little like stuff that you can find in the game that sort of implies that like, oh yeah, this happened or this happened and whatever, and it's like stuff that's like not really relevant to the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And everything that you're gonna like basically need is just gonna be all in the game.
All right. All right. For oh, what the fuck? Sorry. For the next question, characters, and specifically friendlies. Do you plan to have any friendly characters who help you on your journey? And if so, do you have any of them fleshed out, or do you have any ideas for them?
Well, I don't have plans. I never planned to add a friendly characters to the game because like I'm still trying to figure this game out. I do think I have quite a bit figured out, but I don't have everything figured out. So now that you bring it up, maybe there might be friendly characters, but I can't say for sure because I haven't quite figured that out yet, and I haven't even thought of that. So maybe, but not. I wouldn't say for sure.
All right. Next question. Gameplay wise, I know you already mentioned that it's basically Devastation, but cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how will it differ from a game like Devastation or Metal Gear Rising?
Okay. So the main like inspiration is Devastation. So a good bit of the combat mechanics, if you've ever played Devastation, a good bit of the combat mechanics should feel similar to Devastation. But one big difference in my game compared to Devastation, is that Devastation, Devastation has like ranged combat. There's like guns that you can get in Devastation. My game will have almost no range combat. It'll be purely melee based. Almost purely melee based. There will be like some range combat, but not. It's not like the main focus. The main focus is the melee. So almost all the weapons are like basically all the weapons are mostly going to be used for melee. And the second thing is that Devastation includes like upgrades that you can like buy that like act as like different moves and stuff. And my game will probably not include that either because like I just want to let the player be able to do like everything right at the start. And also just like I don't want to like overcomplicate it, you know what I mean? I don't want to like make it too complex to understand. So that way it's like simpler and easier and like to like get into, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, is that the weapon variety is going to be way bigger than Devastation. I can tell you that much. There's a lot more different weapons, and since it's not like a Transformers game, that means there's going to be a lot of weapons that you like probably wouldn't be familiar with if you come from Devastation. There's going to be like lots of new stuff, new unique stuff.
All right. I know you said that you didn't want to really do upgrades and stuff and make things complicated, but I do feel like you should have some form of an upgrade system, just so you can't like, just so that when levels get more difficult, they won't become impossible because you still have base stats.
No, yeah, for sure.
I feel like definitely upgrades should be needed.
I'll be sure to
I
like
wonder-
balance that out. But like,
Yeah.
I'm talking like other moves and stuff that you can like unlock.
Oh, yeah.
That sort of thing. That's not going to be a thing.
I feel like with an upgrade system, I feel like a good thing you can go with is the upgrade system similar to MVM from Team Fortress 2, Man vs. Machine. I feel like that upgrade system could work a lot.
Interesting. I've never played Man vs. Machine before.
Okay, basically, after each wave of enemies, or for example, each episode,
Mm-hmm.
you get a certain amount of money based on how you do, and of course, you can replay to get more money or whatever. Blah blah blah. Well, um, you can get an upgrade, and you can basically like balance out price and all that. But if you don't like your upgrade, you can refund it. But it isn't a full on like you can just refund one thing. No, it refunds the entire like all of your upgrades, if I'm remembering this correctly. So that way if you wanted to change your playstyle, you wouldn't have to go and refund every single thing.
Hmm.
Or just have an option to be able to refund everything or refund one thing.
Yeah, I might
Like
consider
have
that.
that
Yeah.
type of option. I'll get you to play Man vs. Machine so you can understand it better. I will be making you play TF2 again.
Oh boy.
And for my last question for this little doohickey that is the game.
Yes.
Sorry, still something. Move sets.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the move sets for the main character planned out, or do you have like certain things about the move sets planned out? Like I just asked the same question twice. Twice. I'm stupid. Anyways, but still, do you have like the move set planned out?
Yeah, kind of. So, the idea for movesets is that it's going to work similar to Devastation, where like you can combo light and heavy attacks together, and then like once you get like a full combo going, then you'll be able to do the vehicle attack. Except in my game, it's not a vehicle attack. First of all, because he's not a transformer, and second of all, these attacks are going to be a little bit different because each one of these attacks, which I call them slapsticks because I like the pun, it's a fun name, but basically the slapsticks replace the vehicle attacks, but like a big key difference about them is that they will carry the elemental properties of whatever weapon you're using. So if you're using like a fire weapon, then the slapstick will have fire properties. If you're using an electric weapon, then it'll have electric properties, so on and so forth. But yeah. And the second thing is that since there's no vehicles, there's like no vehicle mode, instead of transforming, he'll just run. He'll just do like a little cartoony sprint. So that replaces the vehicle mode, but it works similarly. It'll control more like a sprint, but like functionality wise, like you could still do like apart from like running people over, that's not going to be a thing, but you can still do like the light attack and heavy attack out of the sprint, just like you can in Devastation with the vehicle mode, and then out of that you can do a slapstick and whatever. And then as for like movesets, I haven't quite figured out like the specific movesets because there's a large amount of like weapon variety. So like each weapon is probably going to have a unique moveset, but I have thought of some unique quirks for the movesets. Like, for example, to give you a bit of a spoiler, one of the ideas I had was like flexible weapons like meteor hammers or rope darts. And so the idea I had was that the light attacks would be like really close range attacks that are like faster, and then the heavy attacks would be slower but also have a lot more disjoint to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also another idea I had where there's basically going to be like magical staves in the game, like wizard staves and stuff. And so one of the ideas I had for the staff was that there'd be one that has shorter combos, because like in Devastation, like you could do like auto combos and stuff like that. So it would have like shorter combo attacks, but each of the hits would do like multiple hits instead of just one, you know?
Mm.
But apart from that, I haven't quite like gone into like the specifics of the movesets yet.
Okay.
But I have like
Right.
a general idea of how I want them to function.
All right. Well, I feel like this should be this next one should be the last one because I feel like can we check the runtime again?
An hour.
Oh, you know what? I think we should just stop it there. We still got one more to do, and it is almost 12.
Yeah, that's true.
One more video, I should say.
Maybe we could do another part of this later.
Yeah, like a part two.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I think that's good for game questions
Uh-huh.
and media should be the right word. What do we think?
Um, I'm trying to think because there might be one more thing that I want to tell you about.
Hmm.
Um, apart from the fact that I also have song ideas too. That's basically just it.
Yeah, I feel like the song ideas could be a separate video because you can go a little
Yeah.
more in depth with those.
Yeah. But yeah. Let us know if you guys would be down for a part two. Even though we're probably going to do it anyways. Because this was fun.
Yeah, this insight video is a lot more fun than normal ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna change very differently soon.
Yeah,
That's
but,
getting.
let me know what you guys think of what we're doing. Let me know your thoughts. And do you have any final words?
Not really, but I will say that uh, how do y'all feel about mac and cheese?